speak about Sunday being the truth. And we usually go into the meeting and identify those things that led to victory or those things that did not allow us to achieve victory. Our approach was a little different on this Sunday. Our approach was one that we really wanted our team to see how close we really are. And so we highlighted those plays in each phase of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, where we were superlative, where we did things the way that we coached it, the way that they practiced it, and so it come to fruition in a game-type atmosphere. And I think it gave our team a perspective on the game and what's really happening, that at times we're a really good football team. And that we have to understand that consistency matters most. That this same play that we just ran, that went for a negative yard run, or this pass concept with a safety in the post, just got deflected. The one time we don't do it and you come up, it's the same concept versus the same defense. And when we don't do it, it doesn't allow us to have the success. Now, we addressed those things. We were not oblivious to the things that we did not do well. We're accountable to those things and fixing them, but just wanted to shine a light on when we do it right, when we do it the way that we've been coached, here's what happens. And those plays were in abundance. It wasn't one or two or three plays or a series or in another. It was strings of them throughout the duration of the game. But the reality is 3 or 4 times is too many because they lead to touchdowns. 3 or 4 times too many is too many offensively because it leads to a tackle for a loss or a sack cost fumble. But the majority of these plays shows favor, and when we showed it to our team, it was almost as if there was disappointment in, wow, we let them off the hook. Opposed to, man, they were dominant. Because a year ago, against that team, they were dominant against us. That's the truth. And they had their way with us in all 3 phases of the game. I don't necessarily think that was the case on Saturdays. I think at halftime, you were in for one heck of a game. I think going into the fourth quarter, it was still one heck of a game. We need to finish. We need to be more consistent. But I think it's important for our student athletes to see that they're poised and in position where they can win those games.
So you'll have an expectation that they'll really sort of embrace this fresh perspective that you
Sunday's practice was fantastic. And I thought the video captured our team because they're looking for answers. They're not quite sure what just happened, what's going on with us. And so you deliver the truth to them. Here's who you are. Except this week it was a little different. Here's the good of who you are. Here's the good that's in you. Here's when you do the things that you've been trained to do. And when you see that in abundance, it gives them light at the end of the tunnel. We are capable. We can do this. All right? And now when we go to our position meeting, now let's address the things that we did not do well. When you didn't do that, here's the consequence for it. And so it's clear to our team. They understand what just happened. I wanted them to understand down in there, down by 9, why we went for it, and to equip them with the knowledge base that to go to the length of the field is much different than being at the 5 needing 1 with 4 opportunities, and that if we can get 1 yard, we'll have an opportunity for 4 more opportunities and be down by 2. Now we only need a field goal to win the game because you're down by 2, a field goal wins it, opposed to kicking it and still needing a touchdown and having to drive the length, which was much more difficult for us. And so to get +1 with an opportunity for 4 fresh downs, and then at worst case scenario, make them go 96. I'm betting on the Roadrunners that they're not going to go 96. I'm betting on the Roadrunners that we can get 1. And I wanted them to understand why that call was made. I wanted them to be equipped with a knowledge base. Okay, that makes sense to me. Instead of somebody else dictating the dialogue of what we did, why we did it. And when they're able to see that, they're able to embrace it and move forward and have a very productive practice on Sunday, and to come back today in their leadership council on their own and watch some film of a game Rice team.
Understanding little Narcisse is still very new
Yeah.
and got a lot of shine on him. Where would you like to see the passing game move forward to, Coach?
A lot better than where we're at. That's an area that we talked about post game. We talked about yesterday. We talked about at our 6 a.m. meeting this morning. How do we get us in the best position to be productive in the passing games? And here are the strategies and how we're going to do that to help him, to help our team. And so there are some things that we can do from a schematic standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, to advantage our passing game from both the quarterback position and the receiver position. You know, you look out there at times and you got Joshua Cephas, you got DeJuan Griffith, you got Sheldon Jones, you got a lot of young guys out there that's playing a lot of meaningful snaps, tied in with a Tariq Woolen here and a Blaze Moorhead. But the lion's share, we got some young guys there who are sophomores and true freshmen that are still learning as well, with a quarterback that's 2 games into his career. And so we'll do the things necessary to help benefit us from a passing game standpoint. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.